Got all manner of coins. We love all of these. Oh, there's a time thing. Well, you know what? The timer will come up as and when it becomes relevant that the timer exists. We've got kind of a lot of... Maybe it's time. Maybe this is a sign that I need to buy the point machine. And then I can do this as well, and that'll be good. And then I've got a lot of extra health, which solves then our problem that was that from earlier. Yeah, I've got to follow you now, haven't I?
I'm gonna mop the floor with you.
Pardon? That's the last wolf! You see what happens when you don't give me the subtitles? I just have to guess, and then obviously you can, like, hear it, probably. And you know that he didn't say that, and then I just look like a fool. This is very much a box. Never tell him that there's no way out, because he'll just knock down a building. Well, in fairness, the building appears to have just been made of cardboard, look. Because that's not how walls work, what's happened there. He's boofed off. Destroy the Oscorp building, do it! I'm snooping under the helicopter today, you've only noticed me. I'm gonna kill you all now, good night. Everyone's got visual on Spider-Man.
Yeah, that sounded better in my head.
No, it didn't.
Maybe if I help one of those workers, they can help me.
As much as you want to believe otherwise, you knew better. Gotta get the I've got to get him out the pond. What are you doing? What are you doing with wet legs? Oh no.
He's here.
Oh no, it's wet leg o'clock. Now I've got to fling all sorts of stuff. It's the flinging garage. It's where we go to fling things. This again, huh? I'm wondering if it might be the controller. It's stopped, like, I have to have it plugged in now or it won't, like, connect to the console. So I think maybe this controller's going. Fortunately, what I have learned is that PS4 controllers will work with it, provided, again, you plug them in via the USB thing. Except the home button doesn't work, so you can't quit out of the game essentially, which isn't so much of a problem for the purposes of recording. Like, it's definitely a thing I can work around, but it just annoys me because there's definitely other PS3 stuff and PS1 stuff which I have to use the PS3 for, because it won't record on the PS2 for some reason. But yeah, it just feels real. I don't know what a PS3 controller's going to run me at this point. You know, are they going to be cheaper, perhaps? Like, am I naive for believing that? Who's to say? Who can possibly know? It's all just a series of fucks because the planned redundancy. That's not the term, but fuck. Planned obsolescence, I think, is it? There we go.
Stop hitting your face with my fist.
Something to that effect. It is, but anyway, it's a thing that happens. And essentially, there's no good reason for a lot of this technology to become outdated. It just does. We've just decided. We could have designed this other stuff around existing infrastructure, but no. I mean, that's basically the PS3's whole fucking story is just apparently the internal architecture of it was just so weird and bad that, like, developers just sort of hated it, and that's why Bayonetta runs so poorly on it, apparently. I don't remember it running particularly badly, but I could be completely wrong, as I often am. I'm not getting civilians much. There's perhaps something I should fix about my behaviour. Don't shoot me when I'm carrying a bloke. Alright? I'm rescuing the workers. And you are bad. So does, like, getting all of you make it easier to stop the work from not being done? Or are you just gonna keep coming forever? Just so I know whether or not I'm wasting my time right now. Because I don't want to just be stood in a bit of sand fighting some generic soldier-looking folks forever. You know, as fun as that sounds, I've got places to be. And a tortoise to forget. You're waving at me. I'll wave at you back. How about? Let's go up the stairs, or up somewhere at the very least. Let's just go up and then see what's there when we arrive. You've been so focused on, like, what might be above you, that you've forgotten the actual point, which is to end up there yourself. You never think to try and elevate yourself in any way. You're just so petrified that something else might get, that someone might even just be your equal, and you've never thought to maybe want better for yourself, not talking about anything in particular.
Spider-Man, am I glad to see you?
I need your help with it, okay?
Yeah, sure, whatever you need. Hey, do I get
The
this?
minimum wage discourse has been fucking adorable. But anyway. Jeff Bezos made more money than you will ever touch in the time it took for me to finish this sentence. Get your fucking priorities together, just everyone.
Here's some for you.
Probably not actually a majority of people, they just feel like it because they all make a point of going to the same places to shout about how shit they are. The thing you sort of got to remember. God, do I need to remember it. I don't know that there's any benefit in me being here, but I'll punch you a bit. I'll punch you for a bit, and then we'll sort of see what becomes of that. I've stopped the fire now, everything's decent-ish. And I do want my upgrade points for my upgrades. Which is, you know, what you would normally want them for. So it's a normal sentiment to express. And I'm not humouring the idea that it isn't. Don't look at me like I'm weird. For spending upgrade points on upgrades, it's what they're for. I've got a voucher for the king's liver, okay? Given to me by the king himself. I don't know why he wants me to have his liver, but you can tell it's his signature. He killed me a little bit. And then you had a bunch of grenades as well. I really don't think there's an end to this. And in fact, I'm being killed quite a bit. And I would hope there was a reason for it. I would hope there was a material benefit. You just have infinite soldiers. There's no end to the soldiery that goes on. And maybe there should be, if we're being honest. What are you doing? If any more... Oh, did I throw somebody into somebody else? A lot of times. I seem to have. Rescued the workers. Yep. Throw everyone as well. I don't know, all of the other... The extra commanders seem to have got... There's palpably fewer. This has had a permanent impact. I will now continue to have one. Oh, the thing you forget about Scampi is it's not as posh over here. Alright, what the shit? I blew that gun's mind. I was just like, I mean, yeah, it's like the higher end of chip shop fare. But it's not like anything to lose your shit over. And that gun just couldn't believe it. It's like, you've got Scampi on tap? And I'm like, well, that's not really what I say. Like, as I say, it's marginally more expensive, but at the same time. I just don't know that you should be treating Scampi as such a big deal when you're a gun.
Take this, yo.
Like, you're a gun capable of enough thought to assess the relative worth of Scampi. That's more remarkable than the Scampi itself. And I've never said that lightly. So you're dead.
You don't look so good.
Oh, and then of course there's some of you over here. Get in a wall, please. What the? I can grab people in the air, I guess. Oh, oh no. There's all sorts of mayonnaise somewhere else. So go there and find it. You're interested in mayonnaise, aren't you? I saw you write about it in your diary. Don't ask how I got in. Alright, the butcher let me in. He keeps a butcher in front of his diary to stop people from reading it. It's a really specific security system. If I were the butcher, I'd have just told him to guard it in his fucking self. But if you can find a butcher with enough time on their hands, then the reality is it's a relatively effective security system. So I guess I can't judge. I see you've popped into existence at the top of a little road.
Gotta reach Juggernaut before Sable's thugs blast him and the fragment to pieces.
I'll stop him. He's doing a big jump. Like he does, you know? He springs on the helicopters. I'm surprised he wasn't shredded by at least one of the helicopters, or I suppose I'm at least surprised that the blades didn't interact with him in any way, like break or something. I've got to zip up the... What the shit? Come on now. Am I not supposed to be... Woo. There was a challenge to zip over 5 of those, wasn't there? I mean, I've sort of zipped under, if anything, but... You know, I'm doing my best over here. I'm really trying. God bless me, I'm trying. I just want to go up. I just want to go up a building, you know? Sometimes that's all you want. I'm gonna go up the wall.
Hey, can I have your autograph?
Again,
Don't!
you're not gonna catch me.
I'm gonna catch you instead of that. How about? What if, as a compromise, I catch you? There's a lot of cranes around here, isn't there? Horrifying. Oh, I've got to go up real quick.
My autograph.
Stick it in your web.
I don't know where the end is because I wasn't really paying
Put some
attention.
bustle in my bustle. That's why I carry a bustle around. Quick hustle.
You can't keep up with me.
That's not you.
You just don't shut up, do you?
Anybody want it?
That's not what a bustle's for, and you fucking know it. Alright. It's for carrying small crustaceans in. There's a arachnid fish. I got the arachnid points. Am I here? No! Let me up! Let it count! Yes! I nearly got shot off the building for problems. It just decided not to let me have it because it's like, you know what? I've been shot by a gun as well. So at least now we can be shot by a gun together.
You off my shoe once and for all.
Don't nudge me! Oh, you've nudged me. You've nudged me quite badly with a fist. Oh, it's one of these. It's been a while. But we're doing it now. Just punching a helmet. That can't be good for anyone's hands. Don't! You did, anyway. And I had very little way to stop it. Yay, I've yanked it off. Now that can go in the past and be in a sandstorm. where I can stand on it while fighting a different supervillain. It's one made of sand, as opposed to human, which you're made of. Biff, 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 biff. Your face just utterly unchanged throughout all of that. It is going to save me. I am the Juggernaut.
That's what I'm counting on. What if you start moving down?
The momentum. The momentum's always going. I'm going to kick you through the entire building, you see. That's how you got to do it after a while.
Let this come through now! We're going in!
It'll be a miracle if either of them survived that.
We've survived the entire Oscorp building, how about it?
This might be my only chance. Gotta get my hands on that fragment before he finds it.
Hey, what's this glowy thing?
Yeah, crumbs.
Oh, no. Oh. What a goof!
I'm even more powerful than before!
Are you also nicer? No, guess not.
He's just got additional strength. There's really not a lot going on with some of these. Some of them get interesting stuff done to them. There's another essence absorption one, which I guess is the one I want. So I'll just save up for that for now. Don't be any of this. Don't be.
I couldn't stop.
You've knocked me a shockwave off.
More unstoppable.
Oh, I can't believe all of the pebbles that you've made appear, not damaging the ground in any way.
With his crimson gem.
So with great
The
power comes
tablet
great
just
honor.
makes pebbles appear.
Okay, if that's the case.
Of course, how you would normally do a Cyclops to stop is that you need to get in his brain, and that's why it helps to have a Charles Xavier. And the purpose of the helmet is naturally to stop brain invasions. So when you remove it, the brain goes off and deactivates.
Jump up and hit me in the knee?
And this is the description that they give you in all the comics with him in it. I'm actually just reading it straight out of the comic right now, including this bit explaining where I'm getting it from, in the event that you want to read it to a friend. Instructions for I've obviously been informed in advance that this is how you want to do it. On another page that isn't part of this statement, so that I didn't just have to interpret from the context of what was being written that this was in fact something I was supposed to say to other people.
My biceps are bigger than your
At this point we've gone across 2 whole pages. Sort of a waste, really. It's kind of incredible that it's managed to go on this long. I guess I'm like Charles Dickens working on a word count or something. I need the money, you know, it's just... We're all just struggling at the moment, and I realise this seems like taking the piss, but you know, I've got to take what I can get. Like, the opportunity is there, and it's just like... At the end of the day, I didn't decide that, you know, this is what I was going to get paid based on. I didn't build this system. I'm just doing what I can to exist within it. Maybe I should join a union. The written statement has now ended. So that bit's not on the page. It just stopped. It just trails off. Maybe I should join a union. After which I have to assume he was abruptly killed by the comics publisher. Jebediah Comic Rights, the person who wrote that just then. He's my favourite writer of things that I've said. It's a shame what I have to assume happened to him. I suppose I could be zipping over those, couldn't I? In accordance with that one challenge that I commented on earlier. But sometimes you sproing, and that's counterproductive to my needs. You've gone up again. You go boingy sproing us a lot, and I don't need anything else. You've gone smoky smoke. There's always just more dust than you ever wanted to give me. I don't know how you thought this would benefit you. No, don't punch. There's no punch needs. No, you've done a sonic boom clap. I've been doing a lot of these for a while, but I was in the middle of a hilarious bit, so I was not able to observe. But I've still mostly defeated you. Are you going to fling that at me? Good. There we go, I've zipped over that. Do something with that today. You're going to give me more things to do that to? Yep. Woohoo! Can I have 3 more of those? Do you want to... You just... Can I just do the same one 5 times? It's been sort of a theme. You really do like... Ball! Punch. Oh no, I missed. You are damaging me, sometimes. We know. We know that. Have a boulder! Ow! Come on, pick a thing out of the ground. You have to eventually. Sooner or later, he's going back for the car. Come on, then. Let's have you. Alright, we only need 1 more. And then I'll have another thing. Whoa! Nice try, but as you know, I can't be stopped. I'm much like you. We're more alike than you want to admit, Juggernaut. Alright. I feel like if you actually got to know me, you'd discover that we have similar momentum-based powers. Of course, that doesn't necessarily mean that we would get along. But it's a start, isn't it? I'm trying to connect with you. You know, and I appreciate the work you've done in helping me jump over a big thing. I can buy a new thing, a new upgrade, because of you. What did I say I was getting? The essence one. So I've got that again now. Alright, you see, we can cooperate and we can achieve great things by doing it. It doesn't have to be this way. We don't have to be at odds constantly. Cooperation is natural. We're social creatures. Inherently. Ah! Oh. Why must the Juggernaut make war against his brother? Such is the folly of man. Such is the folly of magic rubies that we've absorbed. Ow! No! Well, now you're going to come down and thwack the pavement. Oh! There's always more shockwaves than I was expecting initially. I should start expecting more shockwaves as just a matter of habit. Because certainly by this point I should have learned. It gets to a point where you really have to start taking accountability. You're not even really hidden. I don't know who this is for. I'm gonna bit you again, maybe? Yeah, I've kicked you in the brain, and now you've stopped having a fragment, perhaps? Yes. There we go. I've fought you in a fight.
Hurry back, Spider-Man. There is still much to do.
Weren't you kidnapped? I'm having real difficulty keeping hold of the narrative. I can't keep the narrative straight in my brain at this point, and you need to straighten out brains for me. Because surely there could be no one more suited to the task than you, the Madam of the Web. Character bios available in the bonus gallery, so there's that at least. But that's what they say about everything. So thank you for witching. Thank you, just thank you so very, very much for witching. I really do. And I'll see you next time in the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt that I've made to replace the game people like made by the Hive of Shits. Or the executive boardroom of shits, and the hive of just good workers who've just been shafted by them. CD Projekt Red is a fuck as a company. But don't blame the developers, it was all done on the executive level, as is usually the case. just beat the Juggernaut in a fight. Bye. The energy is just getting away from me more and more, and I don't know. It sort of feels like something's coming through the portal that I can't stop. Story of my fucking life.